That'll be done here shortly. So food is going to be next. Food rations. And let's build another resource post. Zoom in here. Maybe not that close. Alright, let's go put that right there. Put some roads. Okay. Let's check it out. Official doctrine. Radical activist. An engineer known for his criticism of your official doctrine was ambushed by some master workers. They beat him bloody and told him, "We're building a new world, so watch it, you fat leech. If you're not one of us, or you're not with us, you're against us. What do you have to say about it? I condemn all violence. Discontent will fall slightly." He had it coming. I think discontent needs to fall. Oh, right. My promise here. So those guys can get out, and let's build another scouting party. And they're gonna go and do that. Let me see how many days are left. We cannot. You can't see how many days are left. We just have to... Oh, there it is. 4 days. Cool. My gut feeling how many days we had left was actually correct. I'm surprised. Alright. So, we're still building these. I'd say we should just keep building those. I'm thinking we should build the foundations first before we do the core. I think it's probably going to be how it works out anyway, just because of supplies. Alright, so now I want to move everybody out of here, and we're going to move them into here. And let's build... Let's see what we want to do in research first. Redesign templates. That's for those, which I'm interested in. Not necessarily right at this moment. So we need a steam core in order to build these too. Advanced fishing. I'm definitely considering the advanced fishing just for the food. The food kind of concerns me a little bit. I know we have a large stockpile right now, but with those like negotiations and stuff, like needing 100, I'm tempted to do that. Not worried about medical stuff at the moment. We could do advanced dock. Ships bring huge quantities of basic materials from local sources, are unloaded with great speed. We could also do this one, which, based on our sort of plan here, would actually be really, really useful. I think that's the move. I think we're going to do advanced docks for now, because we do still have 4 days of raw resources coming in. Oh, they built that. They built all those things really quick. Oh wait, we didn't queue them up. Alright, so let's just do as many as we can. And safety is very safe. Good.
Workers, your work is over for today.
Hey. Oh, look at that. Just the last hour we got 25. This thing is a monster. That's exciting. Alright, let's check out our workers' camp. Site 120. I wonder if they high-fived along their way. The scouts just kind of passed each other. What about sawmill upgrade? Also, advanced docks allow 3 reloading stations. Oh. Is that the only purpose? It's the 3 reloading stations? This description, the descriptions in here, it just keeps tripping me up. The way it implies to me is like the process, the dock, which is a different shape than the reloading thing, will unload from the boat onto the piles faster. Okay, so I guess I don't need the advanced dock, so I'll have to change that. I guess I'll do the food first. I wish our descriptions was a little bit more clear, a little bit more deliberate. Alright, so workers camp, Site 120. Dozen of workers eye us suspiciously as we approach. They're a pitiful sight, starving and dressed in rags which don't cover their injuries. Let's explore. Oh, he's got little gauges. Runaway workers. The workers tell us about Site 120, where they toiled in inhuman conditions under their slave-driving boss until they had enough and ran away one night. They beg us not to betray them if we visit their sites. They're starved and about half of them are sick. They won't survive alone in the wilderness. Lead them to our camp. 50 people! Oh, that's sick! Tell them to stay put. Oh, the game is not telling us how many are actually sick this time. Half of them are sick. It did tell us in a narrative. Okay. 25 sick people. I think we can handle that. So we can move 70% has already been wasted. If I abort this, do I get those resources back? And essentially just wasted my time a little bit? I think I'd trade resources for time. Or trade time for resources at this point. Do you know, actually, Nadia Kimi? If I do, or when it does finish, I think I'm going to do the food. Kind of get ahead of things. Yeah, we need a steam core in order to build an infirmary. So the sawmill upgrade, I'm not particularly interested because it just does things faster. And the problem isn't the amount of wood that we have or income with wood. The problem is the amount of wood that's actually available to us. That's what the problem is, because there's a finite number of trees on our plots of lands. So we basically have to utilize a docks at least at a time here and there to actually, I mean, 70% we might as well just finish it out, to actually have wood come in. Because once all the trees are gone, that's going to be it. We have a pocket of trees over here, which we may not even be able to actually get. This one we have to creep in. We kind of wasted our time here a little bit. We have to creep the sawmill as it is in as we destroy the trees. We have a pocket of trees over here, which is probably just going to be wasted. There's 2 trees right here, 2 trees right here, and there's a few more over here in the corner. So we could build another sawmill over here, and that'll help us kind of get all the trees over here. So for as long as we have trees on our plot of lands, we won't have to use the docks basically for wood. Yeah, again, it's not the rate that's a concern. Oh, so we can put workers in the medical post now? That's interesting. So we have 25 sick people.
Wrap up well. The frost is here.
First snow. On this morning, the camp wakes up to the sight of dancing snowflakes. This first snow came much sooner than anyone had expected, and although it melts soon, the mood remains depressed. People shuffle around the mist, or shuffle through the mist. The falling snow muffled their voices and turning them pale like ghosts. Someone curses under their breath. "This is the last thing we need. Working in such cold is going to be a drag." This nasty surprise heralds an unnaturally early winter, but nobody feels like talking about that. Motivation will fall even more each morning. We must endure. That is a very familiar statement. We have 3 more people. So when this is done, we can pop them in there. Our coal reserves are looking pretty good. So this is what I'm talking about, right? So we're gonna end up having 0 coal in the piles over here. Oh, I kind of forgot. Well, we can always order more steam cores, right? We can order 2 right now, and we can upgrade this dock, and we can dramatically increase our income of whatever resources in here. Which right now, steel is a very, very high need. I think the next thing we research is going to be food. So I'm inclined to do a dock. So we pretty much don't need any more workers right now. We have 50 more people coming, which I wasn't even thinking about. We need to make more huts. All right, so let's get our... If we wait just a little bit, we'll get 3 steam cores, but I think 2 right now would be really, really good. Then we can upgrade 2 of these things, or we can build 1 more dock, and we can immediately stack it with 2 unloaders. So the move here, I think, is Advanced Fishing Harbor. So I'm not actually that disappointed with the advanced docks, because that's, I mean, we are resource bound. I mean, this game is all about the resources that are available to you. It has always been that way. Unhealthy is not too bad. I mean, people are going to get a little bit sick. We can't afford anybody getting sick right now. But I also don't want to waste the coal. Is there anything we can do? So this one's also in the same state. I definitely don't want to use this. We need the structural profiles. In fact, we can start building the support frame right now. So we are going to need how many? We need 25 steel composites. So the extra workforce is going to be really helpful. I think we're going to be hitting a major coal requirement. We're absolutely going to be needing coal. And so I think this is the transition point where we start expanding our docks a little bit. So when this says 20, we are immediately going to hit that. So that's going to be 2 here, and that can be for coal. I'm thinking we're going to get rid of this one, and it's going to be for coal. And this one, we're going to plop another one down, and it's going to be for wood. And that gives us all 3 of our things up here. Except for food. Food is still going to be a bit of a stressful thing. I'm glad that we're at least stockpiling a little bit of food here. Okay, so now... how do we move our people around? How much coal is left? Not a lot. So I think we can take 20 people out of there. And this one's fully staffed. I think we can put 20 people in here now. We can do safety procedures. So right now we're at 5, or we can wait for tomorrow. Let's wait for tomorrow. Maybe that's the move. Dangerous. If we wait for tomorrow, we won't have to use ventilation. If we do ventilation right now, we'll go from dangerous to harmful. Harmful isn't necessarily super bad. Just really don't... like, if I flip this on, 140 coal per day. I feel like that's a lot. I feel like that's like... it's really not the amount of coal we want to lose right now. So 5 people can also work on... because we also need 25 more of those. What is the deadline? 35. Wow, we are so close to that. I mean, the real stressor here is coal. All right, so let's pop it on, and that'll see. Like, I really wish that the work safety also affected. Oh, whoops. Maybe food then, but the progress of the advanced docks will be lost, won't it? Oh, so I didn't cancel it. Yeah, Kemi, I'm sorry, I missed two of your comments. Crafting steel composites takes coal too. Yeah, that's the thing I'm kind of debating on right now. The amount of coal that's consumed between making composites and turning on the ventilators is just substantial. I mean, this right now gives us 3 days to build the docks and include the unloading things. And we have 1 day before we get 2 steam cores. So I think we'll be okay right now. Right now this is at unhealthy. How far behind are we? 7 hours behind. We're only just starting this, and we're starting to make it up again. And we were kind of building. Let's take 3 people out of here. Oh my gosh. I completely forgot to build huts. Alright, well now we can maximize everything. Alright, 50 people delegated. Okay, so at 8. Let's see. I'm not doing math right now. Or that's 5, right? Or 6, okay. Yeah, 5 would be 40. So 6. We need to build 6 huts. No problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, glad we have the wood to afford this. Okay. And he already has a road too. Alright, let's check on our scouts. I once tried using a gathering post to collect a pile from the docks. I did the exact same thing. I mean, the game even says piles. It uses the same term. When I ran out of steam cores for reloading stations, yeah. Yeah, it was the first thing I'd actually tried, was putting the gathering posts there, because they were so slow. The unloading things were so slow. I don't like how slow they are. It really doesn't make any sense. That seems to be a mechanical choice for them. They really want you to think about the docks and utilize the shipping and stuff like that. It is what it is, I suppose. Construction site. The construction site of generator 113. Hopefully the future safe home for us and our children. Oh, they're back home. Oh, okay. I was like, what am I doing right now? All right, so they just delivered to 50 people, so now we can have them go out again. Reindeer tracks, yeah, food, man. All right, so they can go there. I'm really worried about the food. I actually haven't hit escape there in a while. So sick. 10 sick people. We can't build an infirmary, but we can, and this is kind of my idea. Where in this one? Let's take these 5 engineers out and put them in here. Let's take one of these engineers and put it in here. And each of these are 5. Yeah, because we don't have the overcredited thing. What's this symbol? Oh, that's the build percent. Okay, Workers' Council is very happy with the strike thing. 19 hours. Alright, so they're building these things. These things are getting built. These things are just, they're just blowing up. Now that we're building those other ones, I feel like we should kind of wait. Let's actually take the 20 people out of here. Let's put people in there. Let's put people back in here just to finish out the 112 at least. This is getting destroyed. Let's put... Oh, we're out of people now. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna wait because right now it's too expensive. It's too expensive to make them. We can do the research for the where is it? This one here. This guy, redesign template. When we do that one, then we'll start making Steam exchangers again. Yeah, it's all about resource imports. So we're going to be making a lot more of these things, and I think we're going to destroy this one, just so all the docking is kind of in one area. Just looks nice. This here is also a massive resource for steel, but you can't actually get it. You can't place a gathering source for it. I can't place this where it will actually touch it. Like, it's not going to touch it unless it's like way over here, which you can't do. So I don't know what that ship is doing there. I think it's just there as like a cool environmental thing. Oh yeah, don't spoil it. Okay, I guess it's gonna be a thing. Yeah, don't spoil it. I am just so you know, Nadia Kemi, I do not watch trailers. I don't. I consider trailers spoilers. I avoid all information as much as I can. I knew a little bit about this game beforehand because I watched another streamer play it, just because I just didn't see myself playing it yet. And like for a while, because of like cost and stuff. There's other games that are coming out, so I figured it wasn't gonna happen. And oh gosh, okay. Grateful father, sir, we have news about the father of the sick child you allowed to go home. Oh, cool. He wrote one of his friends. That his daughter did not make it. Oh no, but he's grateful that he could be there to hold her hand. Our people appreciate that you made the right call. Yes. Discontent falls slightly. All right. That is very slightly. I feel a little, I feel like this should have been a much bigger hit, you know? It shows our character here. And this thing's taking forever to get destroyed. I guess, you know, huts are a little higher priority. I appreciate that choice our people are making here. I think we're doing okay. Gathering post depleted. Okay, there it is. Now we have officially 0 coal reserves on the island. There's absolutely no coal reserves. And we just finished the fishing stuff, so we're gonna do redesign templates. And let's go ahead, advanced, and plop this down right here. And let's go ahead and take these people out, and we're gonna destroy this. And what we'll do is place... I think what we're going to do is upgraded docks first. It's just a little bit cheaper. It allows us to reserve our resources just for a little bit. And we're starting to have a lot of food again, which is fantastic.
Work's over for today. Time to rest.
I like having too much food. Change of plans. The beginning of the end. Sir, a telegram from London. We're going to be cut off. The frost is coming sooner than expected. Royal Meteorological Society warns that the sea will freeze in 12 days, stopping all navigation and fishing. We will cease all shipments in 10 days. Start stockpiling materials and food. The evacuation by an icebreaker is planned in 18 days. It is imperative that you complete the generator by then. So, how much coal do I need? Oh, crack. I didn't read it. Did it tell me? A wild crystal appears. Crystal dies. Hello. How are you doing? Haven't seen you in a few days. good to hear the voice that I have given to you in my mind. So how much am I supposed to stockpile? I have no idea how much I need. Oh, you'll clip it. Okay. I could look it up. All right. Yeah, the voice in my head, it didn't mention clipping it. All right, let's see. There it is. Okay. Temperature will fall drastically. Deliveries will end on day 37. You must finish a generator by day 45. Oh, but it didn't tell, so it doesn't tell me how many resources I need. Okay. Well, if nothing else, that just gives me a little bit of relief. Gives me a slight reprieve that I didn't just miss a very important, critical, game-changing thing. So there's nothing to research for this. I don't know how much coal I'm gonna need. I mean, the most I can do is guess. I mean, I can do that. You can grab at least like one engineer, one worker, I guess, just because. We're gonna have 2 here in 18 hours. Does that mean if we order another ship, it's gonna end up getting stuck out in the ocean? And we're sending a crew of however many to their doom? How are these people hungry? We have so much food. The gas level is not good. You need enough food and coal to last until day 45. That's always a cutoff point for any scenario. But I don't know how much that is. I have no idea how much that is. And I haven't been stockpiling everything from the docks this whole time. I've been kind of gathering stuff around in the environment. Well, I guess we're gonna fail then, because we won't be able to have enough information or enough resources to actually. I don't really. It'll tell you how long your coal will last. Oh, okay. So I need to have like 20 days worth of coal. That's crazy. So what that tells me is that you should not order people. You should only order steam cores. You don't need it. I mean, I need. All right, so we can calculate. All right, let's think about this a little bit more seriously, rather than. Whoa! I mean, just let the buggers freeze. All right, so let's do a little bit of math here. So we need 20 steel and 40 coal per steel composite. So we need. I'm gonna take out my calculator on my phone here. We're gonna do some math. It'll be a very, very interesting 10 minutes here. I'm gonna have to write this down for myself for tomorrow. All right. So we need 25. All right. So we need 25 of those. We need 20 steel. Actually, let me plug in my keyboard. Ugh, where did I go? All right. I have like a little USB toggle thing so I can type on my other computer here. All right, so let's get our notepad out. You know what? I'll do it on the other computer. I'll do it on the stream. I think the game doesn't minimize this. Right? Alright, hold on. Hold on. All right, there we go. Give me... There we go. There we go. Let's get that notepad. Okay. So, steel... Composites. Composites. Okay. We're doing this. Steel composites require 20 steel. 20 steel and 40 coal. Wow, that's a lot. 40 coal. Alright. The next one. Oh, that's true. I'll consider that. I'll consider the optional upgrades. I would like to, but if we're not going to get any shipments, I'm not going to be able to actually do anything here. I mean, we're going to do what we can, I guess. Alright, so 20 wood per structural profile. I'm the slowest typist. 20 wood. I'm glad we, like, preemptively have been doing all the redesign template stuff. Alright, so this one is going to reduce it by 20%. And right now the requirement is 20 steel. So 20 times 0.2, 4, so it'll be 16. So Steam, oops. Steam, what are these called? Steam exchangers will require 16 steel. Okay, so how many of each of these things are we gonna need? Doop a doop doo doo boo. Alright, so we need, right now we're at 5 structural profiles and we're building one of these. One of the support frames. So we need 25 minus 5, so 20. So we need 20 more structural profiles. Okay. Steel composites. The steel composites. Okay. Yeah, the little iron plates. We need 25, 45. I'm not even looking at this yet. We need, oh, total cost is right here. Oh, but this is like everything. Okay. So we need 45. And right now we have 16. So that'll be 39, 29. We need 29 of those. Okay. Steam exchangers. Boop-a-doop-boop-a-doop-boo. We need 50. Okay. 50. All right. All right, so this is what we need for each of these. So we got 50 times 16. We need 800. It just seems insane to me. So we need 800 we need 800 steel there. For wood, and we need 400. For steel here, we need 400. 9 times 20, which would be 180. So 580. 580. And we need 40 times 29. We need 1160 for coal. Okay. Alright, so the total we need, I don't feel like doing, my brain, it's getting close to 9 o'clock here for me. 800 plus 580, 1380. Oh my gosh, this must be the most exciting thing to watch right now. If you're calculating the amount of wood you need, don't forget to add in the cost of text you want to research in a workshop. That's very true, but my plan here is kinda, we don't have to research anything. I've done a lot of research. I've done everything that I think I'm going to be interested in. I mean, I could see the large resource depot being the next thing. Okay. I mean, research is pretty much like good. Infracoal, use them at both bathhouses too. Yeah, right now I have the bathhouse turned off. If my safety is up, then I don't really care about the bathhouse. And I have 2 ventilators, which are just crazy. Total waste of coal. Yeah. we learned from the first playthrough. Everybody. What is it? Chili? Chili is totally fine. Harmful in this case is totally fine. Alright, so for wood, we just need 400 wood. I'm not too concerned about wood. We need to increase our income for it, but I'm not super stressed out about it. And for coal, I'm mostly stressed out about coal. Okay. So that's to build stuff. Alright, so the next thing is, if we are... Always save is my habit. If we are using 2 ventilators, just say worst case scenario, we are doing 280 per day with the ventilators turned on. And we have, let's call it 30 to 45, so that's 15 days. My biggest concern is the ventilators. So 15 times 280, 4,200. So the theoretical total ship and stop at day 37. We'll get to that point. We'll get to that in just a moment here. All right. So we're gonna get the total of this. We want 5360. So we have, so if it ends on the 37th, thank you, Crystal Does, that'll be 7, 8, 9 days, right? I'm counting that right? It stops at day 37, so maybe it's 8 days. So 8 or said 53. So our daily income for coal needs to be 670. Like starting from now. That's what our income for coal needs to be. Coal is 670. Oh my goodness. This is terrifying. And steel requirement is going to be 1380 divided by 8, 173, just rounding it, 173. And for wood, again, I'm not too worried about wood. I mean, we have what we need for wood right now. All right, I'm happy with wood. Okay. All right, so we got the docks coming up here. We don't have our steam thingies, so we can't actually build those for another 2 days. Our worker counts, when this is done, we're gonna plop them right in there. Alright, preparing for the colds. Sir, the coming cold threw everybody off guard. If the forecasts are true, it will make finishing construction that much more difficult. Crew working on technology started thinking about ways we could at least somewhat mitigate the coming colds. If you want to, some ideas could be developed into solutions per your request. Show me. Alright. Heating. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do any heating at all. Healthcare installation. I mean, I could do that. I have this research stuff. You can see, yeah, Crystal Dies, you subtly injected a little bit of, you might have some more things to research. So for 15 days, the last time it went up, I think, was on day 25-ish. And the next time it's going to be going up is, or maybe it was at 26, maybe it's every 10 days. So it's going to go down 2 more times. That's my guess there. But that means it's going to be minus 32. I don't know if we want to do any heating research. Healthcare installation. I mean, everybody just gets sick and just hangs out in the healthcare. I think braziers. Oh, I don't want to do any coal. Why are you taking all the coal from here? We could just do straight down here. Improved heaters. Are heaters going to be in housing this time? I'm assuming they're not. That'd be my question. If heaters are also... They're not going to be in there. Okay. So I don't really care then, because a lot of the buildings already have heating level 1. So... And based on the prediction... they're just steam hubs, yeah. It's just... it just costs coal. We pretty much just want to get as much of everything as we possibly can get. Right. I don't know, it feels like such a bummer. Anything we want to sign. People's Militia, what is this? People's Militia will be established to ensure the worker security and deal with the discontents. New building, People's Militia Labor Union upgrade. Militia will reduce discontent. Discontent will fall slightly. You have to build People's Militia. I don't know what that extreme level is. Show of Force. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really interested in any of these. Let's see, administration. I mean, Care House might be a thing that we're gonna need a little bit later. Overcrowding might also be a thing that we're gonna need. I'm glad I haven't made a choice here. I strategically chose not to select some of these things. I'm gonna continue to wait on the laws, I suppose. I want that shipment of steam cores. Alright. Plop all these people in here. Coal. Give me that coal. This is going to be the fastest upgrading thing. I can't believe you need a steam core for a reloading station. It's crazy. Alright, let's check out on our scouts. Bald Hill. The hill isn't very tall, but offers a wide view over the plain. We can see a stirring dark spots. We can see a stirring of dark spots not very far from here. Site 120, cool. This must be the generator construction site the runaway workers told us about. Let's go. There might be some useful resources there. If you can't afford a reloading station, use gathering posts. 80% is good. Crystal Dies. Gathering posts don't work. If you tell me they work, I'm gonna be highly suspicious, because I built one and it did nothing. It said nothing was in range. You use them? I built one, I put it right next to the pile, didn't work. Didn't do anything. And I'll build one right next to the current steel thing. And we'll see. But they don't work if you already had built. Oh, that's so lame. That's so lame. Alright. Yeah. Idle hands, right? We can't just have everybody working stuff. Alright. So now I want to deconstruct the other one for wood. I mean, what's the point of unloading stations then? Aren't the gathering posts way more efficient? I don't know. Especially since you can just build a bunch of them. They're not as efficient? Okay. I'm in disbelief. I'm in total disbelief. Wow, I can't believe they would make that distinction. It would just make the cutoff. If you have a crap ton of workers, it can be. Okay. That's true. Alright. A fire devastated the construction site. Thankfully, it broke out after working hours, so there was no victims. The speed with which it spread is suggestive of arson, and people report seeing someone loitering around the site shortly before the fire. Construction progress was set back slightly, and the site is cluttered with fire debris. What is your priority? Construction will stop for 4 hours. Discontent will rise slightly. 4 hours from now? Because no problem. Safety will fall by 2 levels. Discontent will rise slightly. I mean, it's 4 in the morning. Construction won't start until 8 in the morning anyway. I guess I lucked out with that timing. Alright, so that being said... Do I want to build those now? See, now I see... If we have all of these things kind of up, we kind of save our money a little bit, or our resources a little bit to build the... Yeah, we can't already have huts and stuff there. Unless I switch this one. You watch me scramble. Yeah, I mean, as long as it produces interesting sort of cause effects, right? And positive negatives, right? And it does definitely produce those things. I think the main game produced a few more in the direction of narrative speaking over this one so far. Due to high motivation, efficiency rises by 30%. Good. All right. So, okay, so I think we can build, when we get the steam core, we can build, that's right. We can switch this one over to trees. What am I thinking? I have to build everything. Yeah, oh well. In 1 hour, we'll build 2 of them, boom. That's why we got the steam cores, we'll just do it. Oh yeah, look at the ships coming in, that's so cool. Look at them. That's so cool. Alright, so we're gonna build the standard unloading station here. I don't want to live in those huts, it's gotta stink. Steel doesn't smell good. And we're gonna order 2 of them next. That'll be the last shipment. Oh, well, the 37. Yeah, 837. Alright. Feeling slightly more confident. I am just very much worried. So we kind of ignored research there for a few hours. Whoopsie. Optimized protection I am interested in. Oh man, you have upgraded, not advanced stocks. I mean, I do have the advanced stocks. I just didn't build it. I don't want to spend it right now. I mean, it ends up costing the same. You can upgrade it, right? All right. So, heating. I think the only thing that really matters is braziers for the huts and stuff. Improved blowers. That's interesting. Radiator extensions. Advanced burners. Alright, if we're gonna bother with any of these things, I think it's gonna be braziers. Am I saying that right? Braziers. Is it braziers? Braziers is a bra. Alright. So large resource department depot might be a thing. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be brazzers. I could just keep saying braziers. You know, I can just make fun of me here. Everybody who might be joining us here, we're talking about English, and English is hard, and I mispronounce everything. This is Professor Novice, after all. I'm not only a novice at this game, and most games, I'm also a novice at English. English, I always like to say, is not my first language. The goos and ga's are actually, in fact, my first language. That's my little joke I say all the time. All right. So I definitely don't want to do that. I think large resource depot, and then we can kind of go down this path. Will be pretty much. Actually, do we even bother with large resource? We have plenty of room over here. What is the cost to make one of these? 50 and 25. What is the cost for this? 20 and 10. Is it twice as much? Can hold a large amount. Extends your storage capacity for a chosen thing. It doesn't say what the difference is between the previous one. All right, so I think we're gonna do the browsers then. Okay. All right, so we have one more logistical piece here, and then we can order 2 steam cores. And this still... Oh, interesting. It was queuing up the previous one. Okay. Alright, cool. 16. The math is happening. Alright. So we're gonna need these. I mean, we're gonna need these now, we're gonna need them later. So let's go ahead and start queuing up. Put some workers in there. And let's go ahead and start making these. We should probably keep in mind how many total we actually need. So we need 20 structural profiles. So right now we're at 7. So that means we need 13, and then we're done. As long as we don't do this thing. Okay. And for the steam exchangers, we need 50. We can just plow the plus on that. Dangerously negligent. 29 of these. 7, 8, 9. So that's 12. So 3, and that gets us a 20. So yeah, we need 12. I guess I did the math. Alright, we can only make 8 right now. That's no problem. Ignore them! Spreading anxiety. Sir, people we rescued from workers' camp, those who fled from the failed generator site, are unhappy with life and in our camp. They complain about workplace safety and overtime. Meanwhile, the safety is safe. They complain about workplace safety and overtime. Are they even more overtime? They may not even be on. They call the work conditions inhumane. They claim that our camp resembles their own too much. They claim that our camp resembles their own too much. Okay. What's worse are people listen to them and grow anxious. Beat some sense into them. Wish I could do that. Resist urge to make the one suggestion that's going to save your run. Making me nervous. Making me very worried. I do remember we need 5 steam exchangers for something. Not for the progress thing necessarily, but I remember there being like a quest or like a message or something that said somebody is going to need 5 of them eventually. It's gonna be like a quest that somebody's gonna request them. Is that what you're thinking, Crystal Dawes? I hope that's what you're thinking, because I wouldn't mind you confirming that, because I've been thinking about that. I did forget it. 11 hours behind schedule. That's what you want. Not that, but good thought. I don't know if that means I still need to be worried about that. I don't want to build 5 extra ones. Want more coal? About a day. I hate the schedule thing. The schedule thing is so stressful. It's like needlessly stressful. I don't want a schedule. I don't want this timeline. I want to be working on the generator while the cold is here. I want to have that option. Resources, sawmill. Let's go ahead and keep destroying trees. Repurposing trees, I should say. Not destroying them, but repurposing them. That's right. Alright, so we have 13 able bodies and nowhere to put them. But I guess we could put workers in here. You know, equal rights that we've signed. Grabs popcorn. Oh my goodness. Did you're not telling me a thing though. Alright, so our timeline, we're gaining time and then we're losing time. I feel like we're kind of on schedule. We can also pop one of these and then make 5 more. Let's see. So we're still making these things, and we need 20 more? Is that what our... Yeah, we need 20. Let's check out Site 120. Hey, look at that! Structural profiles. This place eerily resembles our own camp, but destroyed by fire and riots. Maybe this is what Crystal Dots is telling me, is trying to hint. I'll tell you if you ask for it, just trying not to play the game for you. Yeah, I appreciate you giving me the option to allow the spoil to come in. It seems that their generator was very nearly completed before it blew up. Let's explore. I have to think about it. How many days do I have? A tragic ends. The site's 120 has been destroyed by a violent rebellion. Unburied bodies lie everywhere. We found no survivors. Peeking into the generator pit, we saw even more bodies scattered at the bottom. Judging from their clothes, most of the victims were engineers. All buildings are in ruin, gutted by fire or wreckage on purpose. We'll gather whatever supplies we can find and leave this terrible place. Okay. So let me ask you topically. Is it related to laws? So, snowy hills. Numerous footprints lead from Site 120 towards the snow-covered hills. Some survivors or maybe perpetrators must have fled here. I know food is definitely going to be a thing. Has nothing to do with laws. Okay. So what that means to me, if it's not related to laws, what that means to me is that it's not going to be related to the rebellion things. My motivation is maxed out. There's no chance of a strike, even if strikes keep happening, which confuses the heck out of me. And the work conditions are good. I mean, in most cases, they're safe. Mountain Pass. I kind of want to get as far as I can before the next storm comes. Let's go to Mountain Pass. Let's skip the snowy hills. Let's go there. It ends up being kind of the same amount. It's worth the extra hour, maybe.